names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their life for propagating the holy name of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting of Hare Krishna to be in imagination. 6. To give some interpretation to the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. 9. To instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success of Krishna Prema. Once again, I thank everyone for joining the Bhakti Sangha conference call today. Let's move on to our next session, which is Srimad Bhagavatam class. May I know who all have joined the call this morning? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padma. This is from the Vidasi. That's my humble obeisances. All those who support
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Kamadika Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padmasukhi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Aditi Devi Dasi in Edmonton, Canada.
Hare Krishna, Aditi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances unto you and all the devotees here. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. This is Eka Radhika Leela Devidasi from Iowa, United States.
Hare Krishna, Eka Radhika Leela Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Padma Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Gurudev. This is Radha Pyari Devidasi from Baltimore.
Hare Krishna, Radha Pyari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Please, thank you for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Padma Mataji, all glories Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajis. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Bangalore.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhanvat Pranams, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and the assembled devotees. This is Revati from Atlanta, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Revati Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you very much for joining the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Anybody who would like to introduce themselves? Mataji, would you like to start the recording, Mataji?
Sure, Mataji, starting.
Welcome to Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are fortunate to have His Grace Vamsivadana Prabhuji for enlightening us in the Bhagavatam topic 7th canto, 3rd chapter, 20th verse. Srimad Bhagavatam. Before going into the handing out the call to Prabhu, I would like to read brief introduction about Prabhuji. His Grace Vamsivadana Prabhuji is a disciple of His Holiness Radhanatha Swami Maharaj, and he has been practicing the Krishna consciousness from 2015 by sincerely following Srila Prabhupada's books and scriptures. And family was blessed with association of many visiting senior brahmacharis and grihastha devotees. By their causeless mercy, family was transferred to Baltimore in 2016. Since then, Prabhuji, along with his wife and daughter, have been serving ISKCON Baltimore Temple and devotee congregation. In Bhakti Sangha, Prabhu was instrumental in getting the posters for kids and maintaining the Google Drive during the initial days of Bhakti Sangha. He has also contributed in various ways by giving classes in Bhakti Sangha on the 18-week Bhagavad Gita series, Bhagavatam summary classes, and Nectar of Instruction. These playlists are available on our YouTube channel. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you so much, Prabhuji, for taking your time to giving your valuable association for enlightening us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. We are so grateful, Prabhu. Please take over the call, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. I'll just share my screen. So, we'll begin with Mangala Charan. Before that, I sincerely thank the coordinators of Bhakti Sangha Japa group and all my spiritual superiors for giving this opportunity to study Srimad Bhagavatam and repeat whatever Srila Prabhupada has given us. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiraye Nashtaprayeshva Bhatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatir Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamalini Namah Pankajanitraya Namaste Pankajangrahe. Today's verse is from Canto 7, Chapter 3, Text 20. The verse goes like this. Vyavasayena te anena dushkarena manasvinam taponishtena bhavata jito aham ditinandana. Synonyms: Vyavasayena, by determination, te, your, anena, this, dushkarena, difficult to perform, manasvinam, even for great sages and saintly persons, tapa nishtena, aimed at executing austerity, bhavata, by you, jita, conquered, aham, I, diti, nandana, O son of Diti. Translation and purport by Abhay Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: My dear son of Diti, with your great determination and austerity, you have done what was impossible even for great saintly persons, and thus I have certainly been conquered by you. Purport: In regard to the word Jitaha, Srila Madhva Muni gives the following quotation from the Shabda Nirnaya. Parabhutam Vashastam cha Jitavid Uchate Budai. If one comes under someone else's control or is defeated by another, he is called Jitaha. Hiranyakashipu's austerity was so great and wonderful that even Lord Brahma agreed to be conquered by him. I'll offer quick prayers. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वतदेवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यादेशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारणम् हरे कृष्ण। So in prelude to today's verse, I thought I'll read from Srila Prabhupada some of the purports in this chapter, which is titled Hiranyakashipu's plan to become immortal, so that we get an idea of what is that is happening in this chapter and how it is connected to this verse. So Hiranyakashipu wanted to become immortal. Srila Prabhupada writes in the summary of this chapter, and he wanted to conquer anyone so that he can not be attacked by old age disease or harassed by any opponent in this universe. That was his plan. And we see in many of the previous verses that Hiranyakashipu started performing so many austerities. This is narrated by Sri Narad Muni to Yudhishthira Maharaj. And he wanted to essentially become deathless. He wanted to become immortal. So he goes to the valley of Mandara mountains and then begins to perform austerities by standing on his toes on the ground, keeping his arms upward and looking towards the sky, which is extremely very difficult to perform. Because of Hiranyakashipu's severe austerities, fire came from his head, and this fire and its smoke spread throughout the sky, encompassing the upper and lower planetary systems, and became very extremely hot. So because of this severe austerities that Hiranyakashipu was performing, it caused a disturbance in the universal administration, and all the demigods left the planets where they were residing, and they went to, because whenever the devatas have problem, they go to Lord Brahma, where they inform the creator that because of such fire emanating from Hiranyakashipu's head, because of his severe austerities, we are not able to stay in our planets. So if you think it is proper, kindly stop these disturbances. Right? Something for us to contemplate on. Whenever we go to our superiors, whenever we ask questions for solving our problems within our mind, it's better to humble ourselves to before the spiritual superior. Recently hearing from an advanced Vaishnava, we cannot go and demand an answer for our question. The attitude of a disciple should be, when asking a spiritual superior, is to ask in a very submissive manner, asking, if you think I'm qualified to hear this, please clarify my question. So the devatas are teaching this by asking in an appropriate way to Lord Brahma. Hiranyakashipu has undertaken a most severe type of austerity, although his plan is unknown to you, is not unknown to you. Kindly listen as we submit his intentions. So they submit the intention saying that Hiranyakashipu wanted to occupy the post of Lord Brahma, because he knew that everywhere below Lord Brahma, nobody can live as long as Lord Brahma. So he wanted to occupy Lord Brahma's post. Because Hiranyakashipu knew that even Dhruvaloka is vanquished at the end of the millennium. So what is the use of even Dhruvaloka? So Hiranyakashipu preferred to take the position of Lord Brahma. Srila Prabhupada writes Hiranyakashipu was proud to declare that he would be able to do everything by the power of his tapasya. He wanted to make the Vaishnava's position insecure. These are some of the symptoms of asuric determination. Because Hiranyakashipu was a demoniac, he was performing tapasya to actually take the position of a Vaishnava. Lord Brahma is a Vaishnava. Oh Lord, we have heard from reliable sources that in order to obtain your post, Hiranyakashipu is engaged in such severe austerities. Please, without delay, take whatever steps that is appropriate. And then, but the Devatas are scared because they know very well already Hiranyakashipu he has controlled pretty much everything in the universe. And if he takes the position of Lord Brahma, they are saying everything will be lost. Because already the Brahmanical culture and protection of cows which are needed in this world are getting disturbed. But if he takes your position, the material world will be in so much danger. Prabhupada writes in the purport, the material world is so situated that even the position of Lord Brahma, not to speak of ordinary living entities, is sometime in danger. Abrahma bhuvana loka punaravartino arjuna mam upaityutu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, even Lord Brahma's position is not secure. Then in 14, O king, being thus informed by the demigods, the most powerful Lord Brahma, occupied by other sages like Bhrigu and Daksha, immediately started for the place where Hiranyakashipu was performing his penances. And Lord Brahma arrives. And then he says, O son of Kashyapa Muni, please get up. All good fortune unto you. You have performed your austerities well, and therefore I may give you a benediction, because Lord Brahma is pleased by Hiranyakashipu's austerities. You may now ask from me whatever you desire. I shall try to fulfill your wish. Because Lord Brahma is saying, I am very much astonished to see you perform austerities. Even his flesh and all his blood and everything is being eaten by ants and worms, but still he is performing such severe austerities. Even saintly persons like Bhrigu, born previously, could not perform such austerities, nor will anyone in the future be able to do so. Who within these three worlds can sustain his life without even drinking water for 100 celestial years? This is how Lord Brahma starts before this verse that we are going to discuss today. It is very interesting that all great personalities, pure devotees, know how to speak and what to speak according to time, place, and circumstance. Similar instant we see in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, when Kamsa is taking his sister Devaki and Vasudeva Maharaj after their marriage during their procession. When Kamsa is about to kill Devaki, as soon as he comes to know that the 8th child of Devaki is going to be the murderer of Kamsa, Kamsa, without thinking twice, holds Devaki's hair and takes his sword to cut her head off. Vasudeva Maharaj, being an ideal husband, wants to save his wife. And before speaking to Kamsa anything inappropriate or trying to instruct him, inappropriate from Kamsa's perspective, Vasudeva Maharaj speaks something nice about Kamsa. He glorifies Kamsa first. Our acharyas say, when somebody wants to instruct somebody who's against the principles of religion or dharma or Krishna consciousness, this is the way one needs to talk. Lord Brahma is also doing the same thing here. A pure devotee knows how to deal with other persons. They don't want to be critical straight away, giving direct instructions. So Lord Brahma here, he is saying, your great determination and austerity that was impossible for many greatly saintly persons. Because you have done this, I have been conquered by you. And Srila Prabhupada I was recently hearing a very senior Vaishnava in our temple. He was saying many of Srila Prabhupada's purports, it may be 1 or 2 lines, but Srila Prabhupada gives so much in those one or two lines. So I'm taking blessings from that devotee. Prabhupada writes, if one comes under someone else's control or is defeated by another, he is called Jitaha. And Hiranyakashipu's austerity was so great and wonderful that even Lord Brahma agreed to be conquered by him. So the message that Srila Prabhupada is giving in this purport is, without the blessing of a pure devotee or an advanced Vaishnava, nothing becomes auspicious in our life. What is actually a blessing? Right? When a genuine, sincere devotee prays on behalf of some other person, oh, please be merciful to this person, my dear Krishna. That is actually blessing. Everyone at least knows the storyline of this particular incident that Sri Narad Muni is narrating to Sri Dushya Maharaj about Prahlad Maharaj and Lord Narasimhadev. We are seeing that because of Lord Brahma's intervention, what happened to Hiranyakashipu? Right? And this Hiranyakashipu, unknowingly, he performed austerity for his own benefits, not to please a devotee or not for any good cause. In simple terms, he wanted to perform these austerities for his own sense gratification, to become the greatest in this particular universe, and according to his mentality, become immortal. But he didn't know even Lord Brahma's position is not secure. But Lord Brahma, being a pure devotee, he knows that simply by taking his association, his life has become auspicious from this point. Because without the blessing of a great devotee, even a so-called material, ritualistic austerity or a process is meaningless. We see in today's world, right? Many people perform so many ritualistic ceremonies, austerities, some pujas, some yajna. But the problem is, because there is no intervention of a person who's connected to Krishna, who's offering that particular sacrifice with love and devotion, everything becomes superficial, literally. So why Lord Brahma's intervention is auspicious here is because what is the end that Hiranyakashipu gets? Right? Because bhakti actually means to please Krishna. But to please Krishna, one cannot approach Krishna directly. Right? Whatever practices or austerities that we are doing in bhakti is to ultimately please Krishna. Samsiddhir haritoshanam. But without the intervention and a blessing of a devotee, everything becomes superficial. Any activity we do, even within bhakti, has to be blessed by a devotee. Otherwise, nothing is auspicious. And we see that we can see some examples now. Even in the 10th canto, when Krishna is born to Yashoda Maya, Nanda Maharaj invites Gargacharya, and he invites him secretly and to give blessings to Krishna and Balaram. Nanda Maharaj is teaching us that with even the Supreme Lord, Krishna, when he descended on this earthly planet in Bhauma Vrindavan, even him, they need to have the blessings of a great soul. So many numerous examples. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, many advanced Vaishnavas where he was staying wanted him to compile Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And because he had heard from Srila Raghunath Das Goswami, and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami had spent so many years personally under the guidance of Sri Swarup Damodar Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself directly, because Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami had heard in disciplic succession, he was instructed to compile Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita and the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. But Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami was so humble. He thought, how can I write about the Supreme Lord? Even Lord Anantasesh is trying to glorify Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his 1,000 mouths. And his glories are spread all over. It's like an ocean. I won't be able to contribute even one drop from that ocean. This was his mentality after becoming a pure devotee. But because he was being blessed by all the Vaishnavas, even though he was in his ripe old age, he was blessed by the Vaishnavas, but still, even after that blessing, after the blessing he got from the Vaishnavas, he went to Krishna and he begged that, please give me your blessing. Without your blessing, Krishna, the Vaishnavas have already blessed me, but I want your blessing. But still, even when he went to the temple of Krishna, he never went directly to Krishna. He passed the message through the priest in the temple, who's a Brahmana, who's a Vaishnava. The Vaishnava goes on behalf of Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and when Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is bowing down, the garland falls on Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, and he immediately understands that Krishna is pleased. Why Krishna is pleased? Because all the Vaishnavas were pleased that Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami is the person to compile Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. And that's when he begins compiling Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. Similar example, Srila Haridas Thakur. Srila Haridas Thakur, after becoming the Namacharya and propagating the holy name and inspiring so many people to take the names of holy name, he decided to wind up his pastimes. And when Srila Haridas Thakur decided to wind up his pastimes, he thought that I cannot bear to see Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu leave this particular material world. So better I leave this world only. So every day when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to come and meet Srila Haridas Thakur, once Srila Haridas Thakur said to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu that I cannot bear separation from you, my Lord. So I would like to leave this material world even before you wind up your pastimes in this world. So Mahaprabhu says to Srila Haridas Thakur that whatever Krishna wills, may that happen. And the next day again Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, and then we all have heard that pastime that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu comes, all the devotees come with him. They create a procession. They chant the holy names, and then before everything happens, when Mahaprabhu carries Srila Haridas Thakur and dances for his dear devotee, and when everything was about to come to an end, before Srila Haridas Thakur left this world, he took the blessings of every single devotee that is around. And after taking every single devotee's blessing, taking Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's lotus feet on his heart, and looking at the moon-like face of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, he chanted Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, and he left this world. Again, showing even the greatest Namacharya is showing by example that the blessings of the Vaishnava or the Vaishnava devotees are very, very necessary for all of us. I wanted to read another incident from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself is showing this example personally. Yeah. So this is chapter 7, where when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is leaving to South India to preach, where he decides to leave to South India. And we will see what Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is actually doing before he leaves to South India too. Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Eimate sarvabhaumera nishtara karila dakshina gamena prabhura icha upajila. After delivering Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, the Lord desired to go to South India to preach. Magha Shukla Pakshe Prabhu Karila Sanyasa Falgune Ashiya Kaila Nilachale Vasa. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu accepted the renounced order during the waxing fortnight of the month of Magh. During the following month, Falgun, he went to Jagannath Puri and resided there. Falgunera Shesha Dola Yatra se Dekila Prema Veshe Tanha Bahu Nritya Gita Kaila. At the end of the month of Falgun, he witnessed Dol Yatra ceremony, and in his usual ecstatic love of Godhead, he chanted and danced in various ways on the occasion. Chaitre Rahi Kaila Sarvabhauma Vimochana Vaishakera Pratame Dakshina Yaite Haila Mana. During the month of Chaitra, while living at Jagannath Puri, the Lord delivered Sarvabhaum Bhattacharya, and at the beginning of the next month, Vaishaka, he decided to go to South India. Nijaganai kahe Vinaya Kariya Alingana Kari Sabaya Sri Haste Dariya Toma Saba Janiyami Pranadika Kari Pranachada Yaya Toma Saba Chadite Napari. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu called all his devotees together and holding them by the hand, humbly informed them, "You're all more dear to me than my life. I can give up my life, but to give you up is difficult for me. Tumi saba bandhu mora bandhu kritya kaile, ihani more jagannatha dekaile. You are all my friends, and you have properly executed the duties of friends by bringing me here to Jagannath Puri and giving me the chance to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. Ebe sabastane mui mago ekadane tabe meli agya deha yaiba dakshine. I now beg all of you for one bit of charity. Please give me permission to leave for a tour of South India. Vishwarupa Uddesha Vasya Ami Yaba Ekaki Yaiba Kaho Sangena Laiba. I shall go to search out Vishwarup, which is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's brother. Please forgive me, but I want to go alone. I do not wish to take anyone with me. Setu banda haite ami na Asi yavat nilachale tumi sab rahi betavat. Until I return from Setubandha, all of you dear friends should remain at Jagannath Puri. Vishwarupa Siddhi Prapti Jane na sakala Dakshina Deshe Udarite Karena ye chala. Knowing everything, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was aware that Vishwarup had already passed away. A pretense of ignorance was necessary, however, so that he could go to South India and liberate the people there. Shuniya sabara mane haila mahadukha nishabda haila sabara shukaila mukha. Upon hearing this message from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the devotees became very unhappy and remained silent with sullen faces. Nityananda Prabhu kahe aiche kaiche haya ekaki yai betumi ke iha sahaya. Nityananda Prabhu then said, how is it possible for you to go alone? Who can tolerate this? Dui ek sange chaluka napada hatarange yare kaha se dui chaluk tomara sange. Let one or two of us go with you. Otherwise, you may fall into clutches of the thieves and rogues along the way. They may be whomever you like, but two persons should go with you. It is mentioned that Sri Nityananda Prabhu knows the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Dakshinera Tirtha Patha Ami Sabhajani Ami Sange Yai Prabhu Akya Deha Tumi. Indeed, I know all the paths to the different places of pilgrimages in South India. Just order me, I shall go with you. Because Sri Nityananda Prabhu, when he was 12 years old, he was taken by this sannyasi Brahmana from his father's place, Hadai Pandit. And from age 12, Sri Nityananda Prabhu travels to all the pilgrimages in India. So he's telling, I know all the places. Let me go with you if you don't want to take anyone else. Prabhu kahe ami nataka tumi sutradhara tumi aiche nacho taiche natana amara. The Lord replied, I am simply a dancer and you are the wire puller. However you pull the wires to make me dance, I shall dance in that way. Sanyasa kariyami chalila vrindavana tumi amalaya aile advaita bhavana. After accepting the sannyas order, I decided to go to Vrindavan, but you took me instead to the house of Advaita Prabhu. We see that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu first time attempts to go to Vrindavan, Sri Nityananda Prabhu diverts him to go to Sri Advaita Prabhu's place. Nilachala Site Pate Bangila Muradanda Toma Sabara Gada Snehe Amara Karya Banga. While on the way to Jagannath Puri, you broke my sannyas staff. I know that all of you have great affection for me, but such things disturb my activities. Sri Nityananda Prabhu breaks Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's danda while Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the way to Jagannath Puri. Our Acharyas explain that Sri Nityananda Prabhu knows the heart of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so eager to take the darshan of Lord Jagannath, because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Sri Radharani, and he wanted to take the darshan of Lord Jagannath because Lord Jagannath was exhibiting the form of Shyam Sundar to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Nityananda Prabhu knew this at heart. So to increase the intensity of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Nityananda Prabhu pretends to upset Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by breaking his danda. And Mahaprabhu says here, all of you have great affection for me, but such things disturb my activities. Jagadananda chahe ama vishaya bunjaite ye kahe se bhaye chahiye karite. Jagadananda wants me to enjoy bodily sense gratification, and out of fear, I do whatever he tells me. Kabu yadi inharavakya kariye anyata krodetina dina more nahi kahe kata. If I sometimes do something against his desire out of anger, he will not talk to me for 3 days. Mukunda haina dukhi dekhi sanyasa dharma tina bare shite snana bhumite shayana. Being a sannyasi, I have a duty to lie down on the ground and to take bath 3 times a day, even during the winter. But Mukunda becomes very unhappy when he sees my severe austerities. Antare dukhi Mukunda nahi kahe muke ihara dukha dekhi mora dviguna haya dukhe. Of course, Mukunda does not say anything, but I know that he is very unhappy with him. Upon seeing him unhappy, I become twice as unhappy. This is Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Amita Sannyasi Damodara Brahmachari Sadara he Amara Upara Shiksha Dandadhari. Although I am in the renounced order of life and Damodar is the Brahmachari, he still keeps a stick in his hand just to educate me. Inhara age amina jani vyavahara inhare na bhaya swatantra charitra amara. According to Damodar, I am still a neophyte as far as social etiquette is concerned. Therefore, he does not like my independent nature. And Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to be very friendly to a young boy. Damodar Pandit used to caution him, and he used to chastise Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of love and affection, that this young boy, he is the son of a widowed mother. And what will people say if you're showing so much affection to a young boy who is the son of a widowed mother? So because Damodar Pandit was very careful in making sure that Mahaprabhu is not being seen in an inappropriate way by common people. Lokapeksha nahi inhara Krishna kripa haite ami lokapeksha kabu na pari chadite. Damodar Pandit and others are more advanced in receiving the mercy of Krishna. Therefore, they are independent of public opinion. As such, they want me to enjoy sense gratification, even though it be unethical. But since I am a poor sannyasi, I cannot abandon the duties of renounced order. Therefore, I follow them strictly. A brahmachari is supposed to assist a sannyasi. Therefore, a brahmachari should not try to instruct a sannyasi. This Srila Prabhupada writes. That is the etiquette. Consequently, Damodar should not have advised Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu out of his duty. This is a lesson that we have to learn. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took Damodar Pandit to be more advanced than himself. Mahaprabhu is teaching time and again that he's showing through all these verses that we are studying from Srila Prabhupada's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, that Mahaprabhu wants to please every single devotee before he heads out anywhere. Ateva tumi sabaraha nilachale dinakata amitirtha brahmiba ekale. You should all therefore remain here in Nilachal for some days while I tour the sacred places of pilgrimage alone. Inhara sabhavasha prabhu hayaye gune dosharopa chale kare dunashwadhane. Actually, the Lord was controlled by the good qualities of his devotees. On the pretense of attributing faults, he tasted all those qualities. Mahaprabhu is tasting the love of his devotees. Chaitanyera bhakta vatsalya akatya kathana apane vairagya dukha karena sahana. No one can properly describe the Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's affection for his devotees. He always tolerated all kinds of personal unhappiness resulting from his acceptance of the renounced order of life. Just to please his devotees, Mahaprabhu would do anything. से दुख देखिए भक्त दुख पाया, से दुख तांड्र शक्ति सहन न आया. The regulative principles observed by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were sometimes intolerable, and all the devotees became greatly affected by them. Although strictly observing the regulative principles, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu could not tolerate the unhappiness felt by his devotees. गुणे दोषद्गार चले शब निषेधिया एकाकी Brahmibena Tita Vairagya Kariya. Therefore, to prevent them from accompanying him and becoming unhappy, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu declared their qualities to be false. Tabechari Jana Bahu Minati Karila Swatantra Ishwara Prabhu Kabuna Manila. Four devotees then humbly insisted that they go with the Lord. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead, did not accept their request. Tabe Nityananda kahe, e agya tomar, dukkha sukha e hau kartavya amar. Thereupon, Lord Nityananda Prabhu said, whatever you order is my duty, regardless of whether it results in happiness or unhappiness. किंतु एक निवेदन करो नार भार विचार करियतः कर अंगीकार. Yet I still submit one petition to you. Please consider it, and if you think it proper, please accept it. कौपिन बहिर्वास आर जल पात्र आर किचु नाही आबे सबे मात्र. You must take with you a loincloth, external clothes, and a water pot. You should take nothing more than this. तोमार दुई हस्त बड़ नाम गणने जलपात्र बहिर्वास वहिबे के मने. Since your two hands will always be engaged in chanting and counting the holy names, you will be able to carry the water pot and external garments. Srila Prabhupada writes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu introduced the system of chanting the holy name of the Lord a fixed number of times daily, as confirmed in this verse. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu used to count on his fingers. While on one hand he was engaged in chanting, the other hand kept the number of rounds. And Srila Prabhupada quotes Srila Rupa Goswami and Sri Chaitanya Chandramrit. Therefore, devotees in the line of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu must chant at least 16 rounds daily. And this is the number prescribed by the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. Srila Haridas Thakur daily chanted 300,000 names. 16 rounds is about 20,000 names. There is no need to imitate Srila Haridas Thakur or other Goswamis, but chanting the holy name a fixed number of times daily is essential for every devotee. Instruction from Srila Prabhupada. Prema veshe pate tumi habe achetana e sab samagri tumar ke kare rakshana. When along the way you fall unconscious in ecstatic love of Godhead, you will protect your belongings. The water pot, who will protect your belongings? The water pot, garments, and so forth. Krishnadasa name e sarala brahmana inho sange karilaha dharani vedana. Sri Nityananda Prabhu continued, here is a simple brahmana named Krishnadas. Please accept him and take him with you. That is my request. This Krishnadas, known as Kala Krishnadas, is not the Kala Krishnadas mentioned in the 11th chapter of Adi Leela. Kala Krishnadas mentioned in the 11th chapter is one of the 12 Gopas who appeared to substantiate the pastimes of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He is a great devotee of Lord Nityananda Prabhu. The Brahmana named Kala Krishnadas, who is mentioned in this verse, Prabhupada writes, who went along with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to South India and later to Bengal, is mentioned in Madhya Leela in a later chapter. One should not take these two names to be the same person. जलपात्र वस्त्र वही तोमा संगे आबे ए तोमार इच्छा कर किछु न बालिबे. He will carry your water pot and garments. You may do whatever you like. He will not say a word. तबे तांड्र वाक्य प्रभु करी अंगीकारे ताह सब लया गेल सर्वभौम करे. Accepting the request of Lord Nityananda Prabhu, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took all his devotees and went to the house of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. Namaskari Sarvabhauma Asana Nivedila Sabakare Mili Tabe Asane Vasila. As soon as they entered his house, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya offered the Lord obeisances and place to sit. After seating all the others, the Bhattacharya took his seat. Nana Krishna Varta Kahi Kahila Tanhare Tomara Tai Aila Agya Magi Bare. After they had discussed various topics about Lord Krishna, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu informed Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, I have come to your place just to receive your order. Sanyasi Kari Vishwarupa Giyache Dakshine Avashya Kari Bami Tandra Anveshane. My elder brother Vishwarup has taken sannyas and gone to South India. Now I must go search for him. Agya deha avashyami dakshine chaliba tomara agyate suke leitu achiba. Please permit me to go, for I must tour South India. With your permission, I shall soon return very happily. Shuni sarvabhauma haila atyanta katara charane dariya kahe vishada uttara. Upon hearing this, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became very much agitated. Catching hold of the lotus feet of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gave his sorrowful reply. Bahu janmera punya phale painu thomar sanga hena sanga vidhi mora karile ka banga. After many births due to some pious activity, I have got your association. Now Providence is breaking this invaluable association. Shire Vajrapade Yadi Putra Mariyaya Taha Sahi Tomar Vicheda Sahana Nayaya. If a thunderbolt falls on my head or if my son dies, I can tolerate it. But I cannot endure the unhappiness of separation from you. Swatantra Ishwara Tumi Karibe Gamana Dinakato Raha Deki Tomara Charana. My dear Lord, you are the independent Supreme Personality of Godhead. Certainly you will depart. I know that. Still, I ask you to stay here a few days more so that I can see your lotus feet. Tahara vinaye praburas shitila hailamana rahila divasa kato nakaila gamana. Upon hearing Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's request, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu relented. He stayed a few days longer and did not depart. Bhattacharya agra kari karena nimantrana grihe paka kari prabhu ke karana bhojana. The Bhattacharya eagerly invited Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to his home and fed him very nicely. Tanhara brahmani tandra namash satira mata randi bhiksha dena tenho asharyatara katha. The Bhattacharya's wife, whose name was Shati Mata, the mother of Shati, did the cooking. The narrations of these pastimes are very wonderful. Age takahi betaha kariya vistara ebe kahi prabhura dakshina yatra samachara. Later I shall tell about this in elaborate detail, but at present I wish to describe Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's India tour. Dina Pancharahi Prabhu Bhattacharya Sthane Chali Bara Lagi Agya Magila Pane. After staying 5 days at the home of Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally asked his permission to depart for South India. Prabhura Grahe Bhattacharya Samata Haila Prabhu Tandre Laya Jagannatha Mandire Gela. After receiving Sri Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya's permission, Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to see Lord Jagannath in the temple. He took the Bhattacharya with him. Darshana Kari Takura Pasha Agya Magila Pujari Prabhure Mala Prasadani Dila. Seeing Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also begged his permission. The priest then immediately delivered prasadam and a garland to Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Agyamala Paya Harshe namaskara kari, anande dakshina deshe chali gaura hari. Thus receiving Lord Jagannath's permission in the form of a garland, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu offered obeisances, and then in great jubilation he departed for South India. Hare Krishna. So we see from this chapter where Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu decided to go to South India, but because so many of his dear devotees didn't want him to leave, he wanted to satisfy them first, and then he left. Mahaprabhu is showing time and again, several times within Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, even when he decides to go to Vrindavan the second time, Srila Ramananda Rai and so many other devotees, they say, oh, they don't say directly no. They say, oh, Mahaprabhu, now Dole Yatra festival is coming. After Dole Yatra festival is over, oh, now Ram Navami is there. Please wait until Ram Navami. Oh, now Janmashtami is coming. Please wait until Janmashtami. Oh, Kartik is coming. Can you please wait until Kartik is over? They will keep postponing Mahaprabhu because they cannot bear the separation of Mahaprabhu. And Mahaprabhu wants to satisfy all devotees. And we see in this chapter that we studied from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita today that Mahaprabhu, after taking the blessings of all the devotees, then he goes to Lord Jagannath. Sri Sarvabhaumacharya is saying that your independent Supreme Lord, you can do anything. But Mahaprabhu is teaching us, because he is come along with his partial devotees to teach us Sharanagati. How to be a devotee. How to get the mercy of Krishna. Mahaprabhu didn't go directly to Lord Jagannath to take Lord Jagannath's blessings. He wanted to take the blessings of his dear devotees. And they blessed him. And only then he went to Lord Jagannath, and it's amazing parallel that when Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to Jagannath Puri, the priest comes and gives him prasad and a garland. Exactly the same thing happens to Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. Krishna says, Madbhakta Puja Vedika. By pleasing his dear devotee, only then Krishna is pleased. I'd like to end with this theme that we saw in today's verse, where Srila Prabhupada writes, by Hiranyakashipu's austerity is so great and wonderful that even Lord Brahma was conquered. A pure devotee was conquered. Srila Prabhupada did the same thing. In 1922, when Srila Prabhupada met his Guru Maharaj, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada, he was immediately given instruction that you look like a well-educated gentleman. Go to the West and preach the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srila Prabhupada was a Grihastha. But then later we see that after 11 years of chanting, Srila Prabhupada gets initiated by his Guru Maharaj. And then few months before, and then he starts serving his Guru Maharaj, even though he was a Grihastha, having children, having wife, having a family to maintain. Srila Prabhupada writes a letter to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur. He writes with so much grief that I am a Grihastha and I am really struggling to meet my ends meet. How will I serve you? I see so many of your disciples who are brahmacharis, who are sannyasis, who are giving all their life and soul to please you. What can I do to please you? How can I please you? And this was his final letter and instruction from Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur to Srila Prabhupada, that you stay wherever you are and you just preach the glories of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu by going to the West. And Srila Prabhupada really took this last instruction from his Guru as his life and soul. And all of us are aware what happened after that. But even before going to the West, This I heard from my spiritual master, Srila Radhanath Swami Maharaj. He says that Srila Prabhupada goes to all the god brothers who are staying at that time in Vrindavan and Mayapur. Srila Prabhupada goes and offers his obeisances and takes blessings from every single god brother he knows before even trying to venture. And Maharaj says, even after he got all the blessings, Srila Prabhupada knew, even if nobody comes to listen to him when he goes to the West, even if the whole world is against him while preaching Krishna consciousness, even if nobody became a devotee, Srila Prabhupada knew that his Guru Maharaj was pleased. Because his Guru was pleased, he knew Krishna will be pleased. Even if nobody, single devotee came in front of Srila Prabhupada when he was going to preach. And this is the only aspiration, at least for a practicing sadhaka like myself. Lord Brahma is teaching here. Because I cannot perceive Krishna with so many anarthas, so many bad tendencies within my heart. My only aspiration or goal in life is to please Sri Guru and the Vaishnavas. And Srila Prabhupada showed by example. Srila Prabhupada was once asked by a reporter, Srila Prabhupada, you're doing so many wonderful things. Are you a pure devotee? Srila Prabhupada, out of his humility, he said, I may be or may not. But whatever I am speaking is perfect. Because I am simply repeating what I heard from my Guru Maharaj. And he used this word, I am simply a postal peon. Postal peon. Peon means just a person simply delivering the message. He has got nothing to do. Srila Prabhupada himself gives the example. A bank teller sitting in the bank, a person comes and exchanges money. The bank teller doesn't claim this money belongs to himself. It belongs to the bank. This was the mood of Srila Prabhupada. Always taking shelter of his Guru and the previous Acharyas. And this is exactly what happened to Hiranyakashipu here, without him even knowing what was happening. Of course, everything was arranged by Krishna on a larger scale. But Hiranyakashipu unknowingly got in touch with a pure devotee of Lord Brahma. And we will see in the next verse also, Lord Brahma says in the translation, your audience with me will not go in vain, in verse 21. Why should Lord Brahma say like this? Because every pure devotee wants to uplift even the most degraded soul. In the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, in Muchukunda's prayers, it is mentioned that after so many millions of births of wandering, the jiva finally gets a chance to get liberated, and then everything happens. But our acharyas mention that it is not because the jiva becomes eligible, it is because of the pure devotee's intervention that the jiva becomes eligible to go back home, back to God, not the other way. Srila Prabhupada also famously said, when his disciples asked, what did we do, Srila Prabhupada, to gain access to all these things that you're giving us? We feel so totally unqualified to receive whatever we are getting. Srila Prabhupada says, you did not deserve all these things. I made your qualification. Where did this statement come from? Srila Prabhupada is quoting Shastra here. That it is only by the mercy of an acharya or a pure devotee we have some hope. And this hope, what is the evidence of this statement by Lord Brahma? That your audience with me will not go in vain. Right? Srila Prabhupada writes that in the 7th canto, when Lord Narasimhadev comes, in this very famous verse, Satyam Vidatum Nijabritya Bhashitam. To prove the statement of his servant Prahlad Maharaj was substantial. In other words, to prove that Supreme Lord is present everywhere, even within the pillar of the assembly hall, the Supreme Lord Hari exhibited a wonderful form never seen before. The form was neither that of a man nor that of a lion. Thus the Lord appeared in his wonderful form in the assembly hall. And in that purport, Srila Prabhupada writes, Lord Narasimhadev did not prove the words of Lord Prahlad alone. By manifesting his form of Lord Narasimhadev, the Lord also preserved the truth of Lord Brahma's promise that Hiranyakashipu was not to be killed by any man or animal. Lord Brahma is the Acharya of our Sampradaya. And because Hiranyakashipu got in touch with such a pure devotee, his doors to liberation was open at that moment. And as our aspiration in life is to catch hold of such pure devotees in our life, and when we meet somebody whom we want to take up the Krishna consciousness, this should be our only aim. Not that I become a great preacher, I speak so many things. No. Our sole aim is to connect some other person to a pure devotee. Because it is only by the mercy of such a pure devotee, any one of us even have any hope in bhakti. And this is what we learned from this amazing two lines that Srila Prabhupada gives. If one comes under someone else's control or is defeated by another, he is called Jita. So our intention is not to conquer the pure devotee, but our intention is to please the pure devotee. By pleasing a pure devotee, Krishna becomes automatically conquered. This Lord Brahma himself says in his prayers when he gets, apparently he is covered by Yoga Maya and he is being taught a lesson by Krishna in Brahma Vimohan Leela. Lord Brahma himself says this. Otherwise, Krishna, you are unconquerable. But if a person staying in his own position, when he hears your glories from the lips of a pure devotee, then that person is able to conquer you. Otherwise, you are unconquerable. I'll stop here. It's 8:20. Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for such a beautiful class. Very, very grateful to you, Prabhuji. Very nice explanation how one always needs a devotee's mercy, and without devotee's mercy, we cannot get anything. And if you please devotees, automatically Krishna is pleased. Thank you so much. And we should not be in ignorance and try to give advices to the senior people, like how you were giving an example that devotee was trying to advise Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we should be very careful what we are speaking. Thank you, Prabhuji. So many lessons. Thank you so much for reading through all those verses from Chaitanya Charitamrita, and how you were also talking about how one should be the mood while preaching. Just give the same thing, copy, paste. We should not be adding anything, and we should not think that we are giving this knowledge. It's all coming from Krishna and Guru. And you are giving nice example of Srila Prabhupada. Very grateful to you, Prabhu. Thank you so much for coming on the call in the last minute and giving us this beautiful class. Very, very grateful. Dear devotees, we are opening the questions. If anybody having any questions and realizations, please go ahead. Yeah, Preeti Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Shivaram today. We are very, very happy to be hearing from you today. It's a long challenge desire for all of us to have you speak Srimad Bhagavatam in the early morning call. Thank you so much for coming. And I learned something very interesting today, which is Hiranyakashipu's purification began when he met Brahma. Oftentimes we think it happened only after Prahlad Maharaj came into his life. But then it appears that much before Prahlad came into his life, his purification began. And like you were mentioning through the class with different instances, it also made me think that most of these so-called demons, when they pray to demigods also, many of these demigods are pure devotees of the Lord, and that way their purification somehow just triggers at that point, even though they are praying to demigods. Because of the mercy of the demigods, eventually their life turns around, and whether they are killed by the Supreme Lord or they get the mercy of the Supreme Lord, somehow or the other they attain perfection. So I was just thinking through all of this and the different instances you mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita as you were reading through the verses, how important pure devotee association is in our lives. Sometimes we fail to acknowledge it, but then that is the thing that makes Krishna really even look at us. So thank you. It was a very, very inspiring class. I'm grateful for your association, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Priti Vilasni Mataji. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. If anybody having any more questions, realizations, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Very, very nice. I also like now that they say from the Chaitanya Vitamit, how it is important to be such devotees for Chaitanya himself, satisfy all the devotees before we to go down south to her. Thank you very much. And Lord Brahma position and how he is also responding to Hiranyakashipu's desire by pleasing him. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Komatiki Mataji, for being on the call and giving your association. Very grateful to you. Radha Jyoti Mataji, please go ahead with your question.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna and Danvat to you. Hare Krishna, Danvat Pranam, Prabhuji. Thank you so much for sharing about Srila Prabhupada and his conviction towards his Guru Maharaj and his undivided service attitude towards his Guru Maharaj. My question to you is, how Srila Prabhupada cultivated himself and maintained his service attitude without feeling that pride in him, how he could do, because he is pure devotee, but he must have felt some pride, but what exactly he cultivated and how he could stay so alert from it. So could you please teach on this? Hare Krishna.
How Srila Prabhupada was not proud. And Guru Maharaj, he says, the opposite to being proud is to stay humble, isn't it? Srila Prabhupada, we always see that he was always humble. And the beginning of humility is gratitude. If I don't feel grateful for anything in my life, then I feel proud. It's natural. There is no in-between state. Most of the times I fall for this. Genuine humility is very difficult to achieve. But if somebody can become genuinely humble by the mercy of the Acharyas and by the mercy of Sri Radha and Krishna, then nobody can become proud. And that comes by constantly chanting the holy name of Krishna. This Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu mentions in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita when Vasudev, leper, he goes and delivers him. He has full of diseases all over his body, leprosy. And then when he is about to meet Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in Kurma Kshetra, Mahaprabhu leaves. And Mahaprabhu, knowing the heart of his devotee, he comes back just to deliver Vasudev leper. And when he comes to deliver Vasudev leper, and he delivers him by hugging him, all his pus and everything is gone, and he's looking like a beautiful young man with golden complexion. And then Vasudev leper, he mentions the same thing the question that we are discussing today to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, that I was in a very precarious situation. In that situation, I was able to take shelter of you, my Lord. But now with so much beauty on this body, how can I take shelter of you? How can I not become proud? Because Queen Kunti says, Janma Aishwarya Shuta Shrivir, Edamana Madapuma. With feeling I cannot call out to you, Krishna, if I have all these things. If I believe I am the proprietor of all these things. So in answer to Vasudeva Leper's question, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, constantly chant the holy name of Krishna, and whomever you meet, talk to them about Krishna. Constantly chant Krishna's names. Because I was also in the initial stages thinking, oh, I have to try to become grateful, I have to become humble, then humility will naturally occur, and then I'll be able to chant Krishna's name properly. We have to aspire or consciously try to be grateful, that is there. But we should also aspire to chant the holy names as much as possible. Srila Prabhupada, we read from Prabhupada's purport today. Minimum 16 rounds every day. Morning time. No holiday. This is what I heard from my spiritual superiors. No holiday. Whether I'm able to rise up or not able to rise up, every day morning, at least 16 rounds in one sitting. And one day, if I slip, I think I'm a great devotee. It has happened to myself. So this is the only way. We read from Srila Prabhupada's Leelamrit also, that even when Prabhupada was traveling alone, when he was trying to form the League of Devotees, so many places, every day Prabhupada will get up, he will do some translation work, he will pick up his beads and chant. Sold out. This is the only way that we can aspire to cultivate genuine humility and not be proud. And this is what Prabhupada showed. And many of Prabhupada's disciples also showed this. And the other day we were hearing that Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj, when he was in his last stages of life, Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj had got the direct blessing of Srila Prabhupada. Because he was distributing books in uncommon places, so many of many difficult places to preach. He was distributing books, and he used to write letters. At that time, he was His Grace Ganashyam Das. He used to write letters to Srila Prabhupada, and Prabhupada used to. And when Srila Tamal Krishna Goswami Maharaj used to read letters, Prabhupada used to be very pleased whenever he used to read Ganashyam Das's letters and his stories and his preaching work by distributing books. And when he met Srila Prabhupada in person, Prabhupada hugged him and he said, you will see Krishna in this life. Imagine what kind of a blessing that was. When Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj was in his last stages of life, when Srila Radha Swami Maharaj used to be with him, and he used to, because all the devotees used to come and meet him, because it was his last stages of life. And when he was in seclusion, Maharaj used to talk to him about Krishna, and they used to discuss about Krishna. Only two of them. Nobody was allowed. But then he will interrupt Maharaj in between and say, Maharaj, I have not chanted my rounds today. Can we stop for now, for today? This is Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj when he was having the unbearable pains due to cancer. Maharaj was explaining that sometimes he used to not be able to hold the bead also in his hand. And he used to chant for 4 or 5 hours. And it seems Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Maharaj mentioned to him that from the time of taking initiation from Srila Prabhupada, not even a single day he has missed chanting at least minimum number of rounds that he had promised Prabhupada. Not even a single day. And this is what, when somebody pleases Guru, we will naturally not become proud. Because it is not our attitude, that attitude is coming by the mercy of Guru. And that is the only way, Mataji. There is no other way. That's how Srila Prabhupada was able to be like a puppet in the hands of his Guru and Krishna. If you see many of Srila Prabhupada's purport, Prabhupada will focus on chanting the holy names of Krishna. And that's the only way. That's the Prabhupada often states that's the prime benediction of this age of Kali Yuga is chanting the holy names of Krishna. Sankirtan, Nama Sankirtan. First with japa, and when we get an opportunity with devotees. And this way is the only way that we can remain grateful and aspire to be genuinely humble. Aspiration. Is that okay, Mataji?
Ji Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for emphasizing. Sometimes it's mechanical chanting for me. I'm at very, very neophyte stage, but when I read, when I do the service, or when I'm fortunate enough to serve, then I see that the chanting is happening okay. Some attention is there for some few rounds at least. Then when the day is not good, when the consciousness is not cultivated, it's go down. So I was not able to relate pride to the chanting, but thank you so much, and I'll take these teachings to my heart and I'll follow it.
Yes,
Thank you
Mataji.
so much.
These are not whatever I am saying. This is what I've heard. I'm simply just repeating, Mataji. So this chanting process, whether we feel good or whether we don't feel good about chanting, the intention is what Krishna sees. I am trying to rise up and chant Krishna's names. Whether my mind is here, my mind is not there, that is definitely important, but the intention is what Krishna sees. And because that intention is there, and Krishna is seeing that we are enthusiastic about chanting, whether I am feeling nice or not is secondary, but I am chanting for you, Krishna. That is what Krishna sees. And with that enthusiasm, we have to keep going, keep going. And that can happen only with the association of devotees, Mataji. We cannot do it alone. Again, we saw from today's Brahma's lines, right? We have to be in the under the guidance and the environment of very sincere souls who are advanced than us. And then only we can actually overcome all these confusions that our mind is creating. Otherwise, our mind will keep confusing us. So you have to catch hold of some very sincere soul who will naturally give that blessing to us without any reservations. And in that association, no matter what happens, whether I'm feeling good or not feeling good, we will pick up our beats. Hare Krishna.
Yes, Prabhuji. I have to cry and pray to Krishna for that, Prabhuji. It won't happen all of the sudden, because it's a blessing to have an association. And again, to value that association is another factor. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Eternally grateful to you for your teachings. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Vrinda Gopika Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, dear son, Prabhuji, Koti Dandavat Pranam to your sincere Siva. By Guru and Gauranga mercy, we came to your home. Prabhuji, I have seen that how sincerely you are serving Vaishnava, whether senior Brahmachari ji, Govind Charan Prabhu, or all the brahmacharis are coming to your home, and all the counselors, and eagerly hearing the Krishna Katha from them. And especially I have learned from you that you are working in IT field. Still you, whenever you get time, you sit in a front of Shishigor Nitai and chant very, very attentively, like Senior Brahmachari is chanting. Even I have seen from last 3-4 years in Ajji Adhikatar Prabhuji's class, no matter whether there is a festival or anything, but morning 5:30 or 5 o'clock, you are there for japa, and big library in your home. And after we cooking everything, then you clean all the vessels when we went to the temple. So many qualities, Prabhuji, taking Bhakti Vriksha class in your home, and helping Brinda Kumari to clean the vessels when all the Bhakti Vriksha, all the Vaishnava went. And Prabhuji, you are the example. चलती फिरती लाइब्रेरी बोलती है ना प्रभुजी की आप अब we have to become a example, because all time our Guru Maharaj, Six Goswami, Acharya Gan or Srila Prabhupada not going to watch, but we have to example that 24/7 Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev and Shri Radha Gopinath blessing with us, and they are watching us. So you are the example for all of us, that how sincerely you are digesting Shri Bhagavatam, Shri Bhagavad Gita. Jai Jai Nityananda, Jai Jai Gauranga. Thank you, dear son. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev, please come regularly and give your association and blessing.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mataji is very simple. I have never met a Mataji who is so simple. Mataji is so humble. She always likes to glorify other devotees, but Mataji's glories are unknown, and we will know that only when we meet her in person. I've never seen someone who's extremely humble and goes out of her way to serve at somebody else's home whom she has never met before. Thank you, Mataji, for being such an amazing example. I always look up to you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. Yes, Vrindagopika Mataji encourages everyone, such a sweet person in the group. Thank you, Vrindagopika Mataji. Thank you. Thank you, dear devotees, for joining. Is there anybody else having any more questions, realizations? Please go ahead at this point. Okay. If there are no more questions and realizations, we can close the call here. Once again, Prabhu, the question and answer session was even more sweeter. Then class is beautiful, but the question and answers were very nice, Prabhu. It shows your practicing in Krishna consciousness is so high level. You are giving your practical examples to all of us. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. We will end the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to Prabhuji and all the Vaishnavas.
पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः।
की
जय
जय।
Thank you, Prabhuji.
श्रील
His Grace
प्रभुपाद की
Vamsivadana Prabhuji ki jai.
हरे प्रभुजी
Radhe Radhe.
So, dear
Nityananda,
devotees, thank you for
Nityananda.
joining in. We'll close the call for today. Hari Bol.